I can't handle this, y'all. This is crazy, yo. I didn't think this was about to affect me like this.
This is the message for African Americans. To begin, I want to say I'm sorry. As a Black Latino, I did not understand your struggle. I did not understand that your fights impacted me. I did not understand that all of your sacrifices impacted me. I did not understand that all of your stands impacted me. Africans, Caribbeans, Black Latinos, anybody that is Black from any part of the world have benefited from you, have benefited from your sacrifices, have benefited from your struggles. And I wanted to say, I'm sorry and thank you. Yes, the Holy Spirit allowed me to come to this message this morning, to pause and say thank you. I am feeling blessed in my life. I am feeling very blessed. But who can you show gratitude? And the Holy Spirit showed me that it's you that I need to say thank you to. So when someone say, Black Americans have no culture, you tell them, your culture is resilience. Your culture is innovation. Your culture is strength. Your culture is guiding Black people to embrace their melanated skin, guiding Black people to embrace their hair, guiding Black people to embrace who they are. That is your culture. Your culture is music. Your culture is art. Your culture is all of these things that have impacted each one of us. And the first time that I was called the N-word, I didn't even know what to do with myself because I did not know I was Black. I thought I was Latina. But even the Latinos did not embrace me because they saw my color. When they heard my accent, then I was welcome. That I reject. But I accept me because you have helped me accept me. You have helped me understand about Martin Luther King. You have helped me understand about all of these things through your movies, and I thank you. I want to say thank you, and again, I'm sorry. May God continue to bless each and every one of you, wherever you are, and please look in the mirror and realize you have blessed us all. So now, focus on blessing yourself. Bless yourself.
They are being starved. They are thirsty, only given 1 cup of water per day, are denied bathroom privileges, are denied medical attention. People in ICE concentration camps are losing their lives. And don't even think about saying Pe0ple. Fuck around and find out to these people in ICE detention centers. It is a shame that members of the Black community started the trend, and so many other people followed. This is an updated voting poll. Brown people voted for Kamala Harris more. But you fall for the colonizers' divisive tactics, the inaccurate voting polls, the initial propaganda. It is immature and immoral to be centering that type of behavior in response to a community that is being mass deported in prison and concentration camps and tossed out of the country to who knows where without any rights or contact to any lawyer or family. When we should be focused on solidarity, and this has to stop immediately, especially those of you who claim to be activists perpetuating this FAFOBS nonsense.
Shouts out to Aaliyah, because this is where it was on her page when I first saw this Mexican lady. And then I went to her page and she doubled down and literally said that they helped us during the Civil War, which is a lie. And the Mexicans helped free the slaves. First of all, Mexico had slavery themselves that wasn't abolished until 1829 or 1830 or something, somewhere around there. And the president that abolished slavery in Mexico was Afro-Indigenous. I don't know why they keep leaving that part out. He looked more like a negro than he looked like. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And when we were down there, we was fighting beside them. We was helping to protect their borders. They conveniently leave that out. All this civil rights, there was nobody that was not fighting with us for civil rights. It's a lie and a scam, not as a collective. And they know a lot of them are anti-Black. It is so crazy that they keep blaming us. First of all, we've been saying fuck around and found out, just like we've been saying a whole bunch of other shit that they co-opt and steal and turn into something else. Fuck around and find out never really had no political meaning. That's just how Black people talk. Bitch, fuck around and find out. That's how we talk. Why do they keep blaming us and centering us when we are not the ones that's putting them in concentration camps? We do not yield, nor do we hold the power to deport them. They are focusing on the wrong people. Why y'all not mad at MAGA? Why y'all not sticking it to the white man? I mean, we just got to call it a spade a spade. It's so weird that the Mexican and the Latino community keeps coming for Black people. It's because we're not putting our bodies, we're not sacrificing our bodies and going and running out and standing on the front lines. Is that what it is? Why they got so much animosity toward us like we're the ones that's doing this to them? We're not inflicting any pain on you. And as per Aaliyah's video, because I never saw that initial video, she played a video of a bullhead clear guy coining fuck around and find out for political purposes. Once again, stealing our shit, renaming, reclassifying it, giving it a different meaning. We're not making fun of y'all like that. We really ain't. We don't give a... It's unfortunate, but stop blaming. You're pointing. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. This is bizarre. I don't know how we get in it. How we keep getting in it.
It's almost unbelievable. Yet here we are, some of the same Latinos who proudly wore the Latinos for Trump shirt, who shouted build a wall, and who mocked black people for supporting Democrats, and are crying on social media, blaming black folks for their deportation. The same system they cheered for has now turned its, cold face towards them. And instead of facing the truth, many are pointing fingers in the wrong direction, right? Now, this isn't about black people. This is about policy, power, and misplaced loyalty. During, this whole time, people want them, but they never listen. Many Latino voters were convinced that, aligning themselves with conservative ideals would, somehow protect them. They believed if they distance themselves from undocumented immigrants or from the struggles of other minority groups, they will be seen as the good ones. Some even mocked black communities, saying things like, we work hard, we don't depend on welfare. But now, as ICE sweeps through, neighborhoods and detain people, regardless of how long they've lived in America, reality has hit, and it has hit harder. Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking. When you saw this video, so I'm going to let the rest of the videos roll, then I'll come back with the commentary. Please do well to let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit to all creators on this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and do give the video a thumbs up. Let's go watch, then I'll come back with more.
The tension between the Black and Latino community needs to stop, and we need to be the generation to stop it. Anti-Blackness exists in our community. We know this. Anti-Blackness also exists within the Black community itself. All communities of color struggle with this, and the reason why is what we all have in common. We were all colonized and trained to have a mindset of you versus me for survival. But that ends with us. We need to lead with unity and not division. We have to be the change we want to see. We have to stop pointing the finger in both communities and make the decision that we are going to choose to be united versus divided. I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, but here are examples of how you can show up differently and be the change you want to see. Number one, share stories of solidarity. Share stories of love. Share stories of when you have experienced the Black or Latino community showing up in your spaces. We need to shift the narrative. Number two, if your reality is division between the Black and Latino community and your goal is unity, then it is up to you to seek out examples of when the Latino and Black communities show up for one another, where they show love, where there is actual solidarity, because guess what? It exists. And if you need a place to start with me. I am happy to be a part of your network of Latinos who have nothing but love for our Black sisters and brothers. Number three, ask your neighbors how you can be helpful. You need to lead with your heart in this moment. That is the only way that we are going to experience an actual shift. We have to show up as human beings. We have to show up vulnerable. We have to show up as the change that we want to see. Lastly, ask others to join you. Let's actually start in the comments. Share your stories of solidarity and love. If members of the Latino and Black community have a hard time seeing it, let's show them how it's actually done. I stand with my Black brothers and sisters, and I also stand with my Latino familia. But the change, it starts with us.
Latinos in the United States have not earned the support of Black people for us to be demanding, oh yeah, why aren't they coming out to protest with us? Why aren't they engaging in activism with us? Because we haven't earned it at all, in the slightest. Or did you guys forget that 46% of all eligible Latino voters voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election? Or how about the fact that racism, anti-Blackness, colorism, all of these things are still very much pervasive in our communities? Bro, Latinos haven't even reconciled with the fact that they can't use the N-word unless they're also Black themselves, because Afro-Latinos exist. Oh, and if we're talking about Miami, oof, you'll see the whitest MAGA Latinos be like, bro, but I grew up in the hood. I grew up around Black people. In Overtown or in Liberty City, I could say it, bro. No one's going to stop me from saying it. It's my right. I'm not racist. I have a Black friend. We haven't even gotten over that. And we want Black people to go to protest with us, to engage in activism with us, putting their lives, their freedom, their bodies on the line? No, I completely understand any Black person that wants to just disengage, disregard us. I get it, guys. I really, really do. And we, as Latinos, as a collective, should not be harboring resentment against Black people, criticizing them, getting angry at them, questioning them. No. because we've earned this. They are completely justified in feeling the way they feel and doing what they're doing. Now, I would like to give a message to the black folks watching this video. You are completely justified in your feelings and in doing what you're doing, and I respect it. But please remember that black folks are also being affected by this persecution of undocumented migrants. And I feel like that's not talked about enough either. Here, Miami, Florida is the best example. Haitians, Jamaicans, Bahamians, Afro-Cubans, Afro-Hondurans, Garifunas, black people from all over Latin America and all over the world, Africans, just so many black people that are also undocumented that are really being affected by the persecution of this administration. And of course, much like any other entity in space, black folks in immigration detention centers, in the immigration system, are treated worse than their white, Latino, Asian counterparts. So it's really important to acknowledge that and just let you guys know. But yeah, Latinos, we need to tighten up. If you guys want the support of the black community, then earn it. Demonstrate that we can solve these issues of racism in our own communities, and please stop saying the N-word. If you're not black, don't say the N-word. It's really simple, actually.
The truth is, ICE doesn't care about skin tone, nationality, or political loyalty. When that badge flashes and those agents shows up, it doesn't matter who you voted for. Trump's immigration policies were never about keeping the country safe. They were about fear, division, and control. Yet a lot of Latinos fell for it because they thought being pro-Trump would make them, American enough. Now, the same people are crying online, saying things like, we didn't know it would come to this, or we thought ICE was only after criminals. But they forget that, under those policies, criminal could, mean anyone. Even a mom who overstayed a visa or a father working 2 jobs without papers. And here is where it gets even messier. Instead of taking accountability, some of these same people are blaming black Americans, saying if the black community hadn't voted Democrat, maybe things would be different, or if they had joined us, in protesting, maybe things would be different. But that's not even what anybody should be talking about. Black Americans didn't create ICE raids. Black people didn't draft or enforce immigration policies. The very politicians that Latinos for Trump cheered for are the ones signing those deportation orders. Let's call it what it is, misplaced blame. It's easier to point fingers than to admit you were wrong. Many of these pro-Trump Latinos ignored years of warning. They saw families being separated, kids in cages, and still said, that's not our problem. But now that it's their cousin, their neighbor, or their own family member being detained, right? Suddenly they are realizing that hate doesn't stay in one lane.
Hey, fellow Latinos, I'm not saying it's okay or right that black people are like, no, let them fend for themselves. I mean, honestly, it is okay, but I'm not saying like, yes, let's do that, because unity is what helps us. But also, like, I know it's not supposed to be transactional. I just need you guys to start thinking, because you guys are like, all gung-ho, active out there, unified together in the streets now. But where were you when the George Floyd protests were? I personally was out there with my friends who were Asian, Pacific Islander, Mexican, and Puerto Rican. And then I'm Mexican myself, and a white husband. We were out there, okay? And I've gotten comments from people in my community, people in my family, who have been like, well, you think you're black. What about me? What about my content? What about the way I speak, the way I act? What about you makes you think that I think I'm black? Oh, because I advocate for black people too, as much as I advocate for my people? It shouldn't be transactional. You shouldn't have to have a dog in the fight to care. You should just have basic empathy. You should just care about people. You see a sad story, oh, you cry. You want to help out however you can. You guys see that all the time. You see a puppy in danger, oh, let's rescue all the puppies. Why is it so hard to do with humans? Black people don't owe us anything. But even one of the major interviews going around about the guy whose girlfriend was taken because they were just recording, in that there's a black man who's in the background, and he's like, si se puede. He's out there. He has nothing to gain from this. So think about that. Don't go back to the anti-blackness. Learn and stop saying the N-word. Do that. Stop saying the N-word and humble yourself. If black people tell you something's offensive, change it. Change it and don't become defensive.
History between black Americans and Mexicans in Los Angeles, I'll extend that to Southern California, is not a good history. Mexicans went on an erasure campaign, erasing black people out of their communities for years. I could get deeper in detail. There's history out there. Check this video out.
In other words, he's a minority like me, so I can't speak up against him. If this was white folks committing these lynchings to us in South Central, what's going on? There would be an outrage in this country. We have had firebombs thrown through windows. We have had people's cars burned in the driveway because they happened to move into the wrong communities. We had a lady who moved to East LA, came to the state from the South, not knowing what East LA was. It was an all-Hispanic community. She wasn't there one day. We had another man who was burned out of his house in Torrance last year. We had 5 murders in Hawaiian Gardens just because the people were black. This would not be tolerated if this was white on black crime. But the fact that these people come here, and it's the numbers, sir. It's the numbers. They come here in the numbers. They build up the Hispanic community, and they get this sense of power against us. And there are race riots in the schools every day in Los Angeles. It never makes the media. The black kids are being run out of the schools every day and told to go back to Africa. It never makes the media. We are having people who are being discriminated against on every avenue of society.
What they say, hate has no loyalty. Once a system is built on discrimination, it eventually comes for everyone. First it was Muslims, now then it was Black Lives Matters activists, okay? Then immigration at the southern border. Now is even some of the same Latinos who said we are not like them. That's the sad reality and irony of it all. And to be honest, this isn't just about Trump. It's about the larger pattern of how minority groups are sometimes pitted against, each other. The same, the system thrives on division. It tells one group you are better and then, tell the other you are better than the other people. And when and while we argue about among ourselves, policies are being made that hurt everyone. Some Latinos thought that aligning with white conservative idea would earn them acceptance, but when ice knocks, they realize that to the system, brown is brown. It doesn't matter how loud you shouted, "Make America great again." Now, some are crying on TikTok saying they regret voting the same way they did. Others are calling out the unfairness of the system, but regret doesn't undo the damage. Families are being torn apart. Children are watching their parents taken away, and the politicians who encourage all this, they are quiet. They don't care. They are, they already, got your vote. That's even the irony of it all, because they already got your vote. They don't care if you do, if you say you don't want to be MAGA anymore or anything, because a vote is a vote, and yes, they already got it. If there's any lesson to learn, is that loyalty to a politician who builds his platform on hate never ends well. When you cheer for words, remember words don't move, they trap. When you cheer for race, remember race don't discriminate, they just follow orders. Blaming black people, won't fix this. Black Americans didn't deport you. They've been fighting against injustice for generations. And in fact, if you studied history, you realize the civil rights movement, led mostly by Black Americans, is the reason all minorities today, including Latinos, have any legal protection at all. If anything, Black people have been, the loudest voices against the kind of oppression you are now facing. So instead of blaming them, maybe it's time to learn from them, learn how to organize, how to vote for your own interests, how to build unity instead of division, because this isn't a Black versus Latino issue. This is a system versus the people issue. At the end of the day, pain teaches the hardest lesson. I guess it's actually teaching a lot of people right now. And that's why the tears is loud. Everybody's feeling the whole emotions and all of that, right? Maybe this would be a wake-up call, okay, for the Latino community to see that aligning with oppression never brings safety. You can't win by standing beside the people who profit from your pain. The same system that deported your uncle today could strip someone else's right tomorrow, right? So to all those Latinos for Trump now facing the consequences, take this as a lesson, not a loss. Stop blaming Black folks, stop blaming the media, and start looking at the policies you supported. Accountability is the main thing, because a lot of them have found it so difficult to really take accountability of their action. I think that's where every of these things begin, okay? That is the beginning and the end of this whole matter. Okay, until people start taking accountability for their action, I doubt if anything is ever going to change. Because the truth is, America can only move forward when all its people, black, brown, white, and everyone in between stop fighting each other and start fighting for each other. But until then, I guess we will still be on this roundabout, rolling, rolling, rolling every other year during elections. Anyway, guys, let me know what your own take are in the comments. I would really love to read from you. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. See you all on my next. Bye, guys.